Hi, and welcome to Stone Soup.
The world according to sci-fi geeks.
Today is Super Bowl Sunday.
And we
Don't
really
care.
don't care.
We are doing science experiments today.
Yes.
One is in the back of the kitchen. You're not going to see that, but we want to thank our dear friend Margaret Middleton for sending us a link to a recipe for how to make your own pecan extract.
Mm-hmm. Like
So we
almond
are-
extract, vanilla extract.
all that. Well, we are extracting pecans in the back of the kitchen. You do it with some really good booze. Anyway,
Pecans.
it has to sit for 3 weeks, so we'll let you know how that works out.
Like polyjuice potion, it needs time to brew.
Yeah, and brew and brew. But not quite as much time as Polyjuice Potion,
No.
which, if I remember correctly, took months.
2 months.
2 months. Anyway,
anywho.
and this one, which we are going to do before you now. This is going to be a variation on banana bread that is going to be made instead of with a cup of mashed bananas, a cup of mashed apples in the person of apple butter.
Yes.
Which I've added some extra spices to because this particular brand of apple butter, which I did not make myself, was extremely bland.
Yep.
So we start
There's
with
no
2
point being
cups of
bland.
sifted flour already in the sifter, already sifted once.
Now there
Add
is a difference between 2 cups of sifted flour and 2 cups of flour sifted.
2 cups of sifted flour means sift the flour, then measure it.
2 cups of flour
2 cups of flour,
flour sifted means sift it first, then measure it into the cup.
Yeah.
It makes a difference because the sifting introduces air. So in fact, it changes the amount of flour you're actually getting.
2 cups of sifted flour is less than 2 cups of flour sifted. Now, into here we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar.
Na-na.
It says to sift these things together, hence that's what we're doing.
Yes.
And a tablespoon of baking powder and half a teaspoon of salt.
Yes.
Sure looks like a lot of salt for half a teaspoon.
Now,
And then we're going to sift that together. This won't take a minute. Besides, the editor will probably take most of this out.
now,
Go ahead.
now this is how you sift something. You can also use this during holiday times with powdered sugar to make your gingerbread houses look like they're dusted with snow.
No.
Puff, puff,
Yeah,
puff.
and yes, this is a tea strainer. No, I do not strain this much tea. I use them as sifters.
There's that much difference.
Or to drain fruit or something. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
you may take that away.
Zoop.
Let's see. Stir in oats. We have 1/2 of a cup of quick cooking oats. Stir that in. La 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 la. Gently, because you just went to the trouble of
Yeah.
doing all that sifting. You don't want to undo it.
Exactly.
Now, having done that, the next one is 1/3 a cup, pretty sure, 1/3 a cup of butter that you put in. I've already cut it into pieces to make it easier to cut in with the pastry blender.
You may recall our previous discussions on the uses of a pastry blender. Basically, chop it all in until it is, and there's that word again, mealy.
Yeah.
Now, we did try an experiment like this once before, a few years ago, wherein we used applesauce. It seemed to work pretty well, but we never tried it again. And as any scientist will tell you, no experiment can be truly called successful until you can repeat the results.
Besides, the applesauce was a little too liquid.
Yeah.
It made a lovely flavoring stuff, but it was not really bread. It was more cake. It kind of fell apart. You couldn't really eat it as bread.
No.
Although everyone who had some said, "Ooh, this is good." But we hadn't gotten around to do it again, and then I had this inspiration. Well, what about apple butter? Apple butter is applesauce. It's just been cooked down and cooked down and cooked down.
So it's got a much thicker texture.
Yeah.
And, that's
And
you
of
do
course,
in-
it's been spiced to hell and here and gone. And
Of course, Bobby
here
Flay has
here
a
back again.
apple butter recipe wherein he actually mixes butter into the mushed apples, which to
Well-
me makes more sense as butter. This isn't butter. This is really thick applesauce.
You
It's
know
a
what?
jam.
I didn't read the ingredients on the bottle. It might have butter in it. If it does, we're gonna have lots and lots of butter in this. It'll be ever so moist. Okay, now it says okay, stir in walnuts. Well,
Now-
this is 3/4 of a cup of chopped pecans. Not
Pecans,
necessarily
walnuts,
because
they both work.
They both work, and I have an overabundance of pecans in my house at the moment. So
Pecans it is.
pecans it is. Sous chefs.
Yeah.
They're a little bit like operating room nurses.
Scalpel.
Scalpel, spoon.
Sponge.
Sponge. Nurse, I'm sweating. I can't see. Okay. Then we got that all stirred in.
Okay.
La 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 la. Still being careful not to undo all that lovely sifting we did, because if we had to do it again, it wouldn't work. And then we have,
Oats just don't sift.
yeah, oats just don't sift. Not, and especially the nuts either. We have here half a cup of milk, half a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, it's a whole teaspoon of vanilla. And an egg. Blended
You've
together.
been watching us cook. You know how we measure these things.
We like vanilla.
Don't get us wrong. It is completely possible to over vanilla something, but it tends to take a lot more than some people think. I did once over vanilla some of our pumpkin pies. They were still lovely. They're just a little too much vanilla.
And this goes into here.
Oh.
You'd think I would have remembered that.
Heh.
Well, this is going to be interesting.
We
I
really
added some spices to this apple butter because it just was very, very bland.
She added, to be precise, cinnamon, nutmeg, and just a pinch of ginger.
But, you know, that's just me. Basically, it was the only apple butter I could find in 2 different grocery stores that was in an amount that wasn't redonkulous for a science experiment. I don't want a quart jar of something I might not even like.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
And the last thing you need is a huge sample size. There's a reason that we're very careful about getting science experiments from places like Costco, because you could wind up with piles of something that you don't want.
Yeah. You will notice we're getting down to nothing on here but the bowl and the pan it's going to be cooked in.
Woo.
Here we go. Now we're blending.
Ah, yes.
No, this is nice, thick apple butter. I'll give it that. Yay.
Well,
I've
that's
some
kind of pretty.
Yeah, it is. I've seen some apple butter that was really loose. Okay, here we go. Pour that in. Looks a little bit like pumpkin
It does, actually.
after you've put some spices and brown sugar and stuff in it. Anyway. Now it says, oh dear. Now let's see. Add that mixture to the dry ingredients, which I just did. Stir just until moistened.
2 eggs, fold in gently. Fold. Sorry, I frequently have that line go through my head when I'm cooking.
Oh, this is interesting.
The banana bread doesn't usually do this.
I think the bananas are usually a little runnier than this.
I'm thinking you might be right.
Because this is not yet completely, properly moist.
No. As Adam
Here
Savage
we
likes
go.
to say, failure is always an option.
Yeah. That's the point, actually, of a science experiment. It doesn't work. Well, it didn't work.
You still
And,
learned something.
Yeah, you learned, don't do that again. And that's okay. And this is what we get.
It smells nice.
It smells wonderful. Okay. Yeah, it really
Ooh, wow.
does.
Always remember when you're doing a science experiment, it's a good thing to take a little taste.
That ain't going to be too shabby.
No. I like it. The other reason it's good
Oh,
to have
this is a
second
prepared
hand-
pan. It's been,
Yes. Sprayed with that Crisco spray with flour in it.
yeah, so basically floured and, or buttered and floured, or greased and floured, and all that good stuff.
The recipe for the banana bread says to let it sit overnight after it's been cooked before you cut into it and eat it. We say, ha!
Because it comes out of the oven, it smells so heavenly, and I automatically, I'm like, I want some now.
Hey, yo, these things taste best when they're fresh and warm.
I think.
It might be a little less solid. I think you just dropped a blop onto that. Yep.
Yes, I know. I saw it. It's okay. She washed the table before we started. Yes, you did.
Always have a sense of humor. It's going to get cooked at a 350-degree oven. It's okay.
Hey, if we die, we die. It was a science experiment. Say what?
It was for science.
It was for science. You see, here's the thing. If we die, what the hell was on my kitchen table?
Oh, dear.
One of the dog heads.
Oh, well, there is that.
The cameraman just said, dog heads. You may have noticed on occasion our precious little carpet sharks will come over and lean their heads on their table.
And say, cookie? Gussie wants a cookie. what's his brother's name? Julius wants a cookie.
Poor
We
Julius.
want a
He's so
cookie.
unloved.
Oh, I just never remember their names. I mean, I know their names. I gave them to them. I just have this, I'm old and my brain is just losing speed thing. Oh, you are a wise man. Because the best thing you can do sometimes is shut the hell up. Now, do we want to, like, dot it with pecans before we stick it in the oven?
You could do that. We do that sometimes with our banana bread. We could. I don't think. No,
I don't think it needs it.
Yeah.
Into the oven at 350 degrees for, let me find it, 1 hour and 15 minutes. So, we'll see you in an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, Super Bowl Sunday. Other things to do on Super Bowl Sunday. Go to Disneyland if you happen to live in California, or Disney World if you're in Florida. Have your own marathon. They're having an NCIS marathon on, I think, TNT or USA, one of those.
USA.
Order of the Rings is extended versions. By golly, you can start at 9 o'clock in the morning and you won't be done until midnight. Well, maybe. With potty breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
And, thanks to whoever thought of the idea of DVD box sets, you can watch 10 years of SG-1.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Or 7 years of Buffy, 5 years of Highlander, or even Seinfeld or Friends if you lean that
That
way.
way. I lean more towards the 5 years of Angel, but that's me. Angel. Yeah. And so on and so forth. But, you can have your own marathon. Have a party, but not a Super Bowl party. A what to do if you don't want to watch the Super Bowl party.
One year we went to Disneyland.
It happened to be a year when the two teams were San Diego. We lived in San Diego at the time. Were San Diego and San Francisco.
Yes.
Disneyland was deserted. I mean, it
All
was
but.
straight into every ride as many times as you wanted to.
Yes. I mean, there were some other people there, but very, very few.
Yeah, I mean,
it was awesome.
It was awesome. It was the best day ever.
Yes.
That or sometime in the fall when it's cold and rainy and nobody's there. We had a good day at Disney like that once too on your brother's birthday. Yeah, Disney's awesome. And they announced, because it was, California against California. We knew who was winning because they kept putting it over the loudspeakers, the PA system.
We didn't care. If we cared, we would have been
didn't
home
care.
watching the game.
Yeah. But what the hell was kind of fun to know. It's kind of interesting when the whole crowd suddenly stops, listens, and then cheers.
And then keeps going.
What?
And then keeps going.
And then keeps going. It's like, yay! Haunted house?
Sure. Teacups away.
Okay, we got to go. Bye-bye.
Bye. Ta-ta.
So here we are back with our finished product, the apple butter bread. It's now cooled for 10 minutes in the pan so we can decant it.
Oh, that came out quite well.
They
That
frequently
spray
do.
is great stuff.
Oh my goodness, it's steaming.
Wow. Okay.
There it is. Now it's supposed to cool completely, and then we're supposed to get your head, shoo.
Go away, dog.
Then we're supposed to wrap it and let it sit forever.
Overnight. Like we said
overnight.
before, that's just ridiculous.
We don't do that.
Nope.
We don't care. Besides, you need to see the inside of it. See?
Odds are that whole let it cool overnight thing is to help make sure it doesn't break apart when you cut it and eat it.
Yeah.
But
So there it is. And now it's very warm still.
it's steaming. That kind of goes without saying. It smells marvelous.
It's a little bland, but very. I think after it sits all overnight, and all this has a chance to cool down and come out, it's going to be fabulous.
I can pick up that hint of ginger.
Which is interesting because it was a tiny hint of ginger.
Yes. You gotta be careful with ginger, man. It can kick your ass. It's quite nice, actually.
Yeah, actually it is. It's very good.
It's not as sweet as banana bread would be, I don't think. But,
Hard to say. Should be sweeter.
logically, but doesn't seem to be.
Well, now we have to make a banana bread to compare them.
Oh, dears.
See you next time.
But there you have it. Banana, apple butter bread. With
Works
pecans.
just fine.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.